Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about what happens when we have Jupiter placed in the 12th house in your birth chart. So before we get into all that good stuff, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do have my Vedic astrology readings and other, products, services, courses. All of it is on sale right now, so you can check that out by going to gebodeshaman.com. Alright, so Jupiter in the 12th house. What does that mean? Well, Jupiter, so in order to understand this placement better, we need to understand what Jupiter means. Then we'll talk about what the 12th house means, put them together, and come up with our own analysis for it. So what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, knowledge, teaching, spirituality, religion, higher education, philosophy, things like that. So it's about, spirituality, things like that. So in the Vedic system, which is what I practice, I'm a Vedic astrologer, so I practice using the Vedic system. Basically, in Vedic astrology, we call Jupiter Guru. So, basically, Jupiter is the teacher. Jupiter holds all the knowledge and wisdom that we're trying to learn. And so he is called Guru. So anyway, so yeah, that's Jupiter. And then we have the 12th house, which is, the 12th house is all about spirituality, like leaving this earthly plane and just like really leaving this earthly plane and like basically connecting to the afterlife. So the 12th house is the house of losses, and this can represent loss of life, giving away energy, so like, bed pleasures and sex and things like that. You're giving away your energy, and so that's the 12th house. And then we have the house of, like, the 12th house is the house of losses and spirituality. So basically the 12th house has to do with, being psychic and connecting to the spiritual world and things like that. So yeah, it's all about that stuff. And then, so that's the 12th house. And the 12th house is also the house of your sleep and your bedroom activities and things like that. So yeah, the 12th house. So what happens when we have Jupiter here in the 12th house? Well, Jupiter here in the 12th house, basically it'll give somebody an affinity for spirituality. Someone with this placement can do well with like teaching meditation and things like that. So Jupiter being the planet of the guru, the teacher, this being in the 12th house. 12th house represents meditation, spirituality, spiritual practices, things like that. So you could become an excellent teacher of, meditation or yoga or spiritual practices, sadhana, tantra, things like that. And then we have, the other thing with this position is that it kind of amplifies it. Well, I'll just say it, basically it takes away the bad part of the 12th house. So the 12th house is the house of losses. The 12th house is a Dastana house. So the houses 6, 8, and 12 are Dastana houses. That means that they are houses where some negativity comes in. But if we have Jupiter here in those houses, in the 12th house, Jupiter lessens the negativity. Jupiter is a planet of good luck. And so it's a very beneficial and positive planet. So it's going to, whatever negative effect that 12th house has upon you, it's going to be lessened by Jupiter's presence there in your 12th house. So yeah, it's so this is a great placement for people who are looking into spirituality and things like that. If you're a woman with this placement, Jupiter represents your husband. This is a significator of that your husband might be someone who's very much into spirituality or something like that. Jupiter is also aspecting the 6th house, 8th house, and the 4th house. So from the 12th house, Jupiter looks at the 6th house, which is 7 positions. So he's aspecting positions 5, 7, and 9 from itself. So the 5th house from the 12th house is the 4th house. The 7th house from the 12th house is the 6th house. And the 9th house from the 12th house is the 8th house. So he's aspecting these positions for 4th house, 6th house, and 8th house. So being that he's aspecting the 6th and the 8th house in your 12th house, that's a really positive thing. Because wherever Jupiter aspects, he is lessening the malefic effect of those houses. And like I said, Jupiter, the 6th house, 8th house, and 12th house are all Dastana houses, meaning malefic houses. But when Jupiter is in one of those and looks at the other ones, that means that it's going to have a very minimal effect on you. So Jupiter really helps you there. Let's see here. So he's also looking at the 4th house, and being in the 12th house, this means that you might want to move a lot. You might want to, move to a foreign country or something like that, where he's just stimulating your house of your home, and he's placed in a house where it's very foreign. So when you think of the 12th house, you can think of a foreign country, something like that, where it's or even like a pilgrimage or something like that. So someone with this placement, if you have Jupiter in the 12th house, you'd be prone to, traveling and going on a pilgrimage or something like that, and that could be very, very healing for you and very transformative, so that's awesome. So anyway, yeah, I think that does it for me, so let me see how I am on time. And I'm good. Yeah, so alright, so yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today, but if you want to get any of my courses, products, services, anything that I have to offer, you can go to gebotheshaman.com. Alright, and I have my Vedic Astrology certification course, where basically I'll walk you through step A through step Z of how I do an astrology reading, and I'm also coming out with a book very soon about how I do astrology readings, and like it's called I'll release that information when it comes closer to the time that it gets released, but yeah, I'm working on a book. And then we have the Vedic astrology readings, so yeah, that's very positive, and it includes the standard reading that I do for everybody, as well as the readings where I go into your career and dissect your career and relationships. So there you go. And then we have the birth time rectification. So basically, the birth time rectification is great for people who, you're into astrology, but you might not have your exact birth time. So that's always helpful to get that, to get your exact birth time. And I do that by asking you just a few very simple questions, and it does take me a long time, but it's worth it. I can guarantee to get it down to the span of 1 minute, so it's really good. Alrighty, and then we have the distance energy healing. So that's very powerful, very healing if you're struggling with your health, if you're struggling with mental, emotional, or psychological or physical problems. That's very helpful. So then we have the career coaching and life coaching. All that is available to you. Career coaching I do for people who are kind of just not sure what their plan is for life, and a lot of people are very confused about what they're supposed to be doing in life and stuff like that. So it's very good to get a career coaching with me. Then we have the Shamanic ritual magic courses and the Qigong courses. So Qigong courses, you can see them here. The Celestial Qigong, or the Cosmic Qigong, and the Self-Transformation Challenge. Both of these are very good courses. They, fill you with energy, and like if you do them every day, it just transformed my life, and I can only speak about what it did for me. So it's very transformative and very healing. So anyway, guys, that does it for me for today, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.